Doing a video for you guys today on the picking, strumming, and muting technique for the Texas Shuffle. I hope you enjoy. Notice here the circular motion over the pick, picking over the neck pickup, strumming all of the strings, using the thumb of your left hand to help you in muting. I won't pretend to be the most excellent lead player. But this is the important part here. See the circular motion. Backstroke over the middle, downstroke over the neck pickup. Power. Power is essential to getting this sound right. And picking directly over the pickup bowl really helps too. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is there's lots of videos, tutorials for how to play Pride and Joy. They focus on the notes. They usually play lightly. You know, they never sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan, and it always gets written off as, well, it's Stevie Ray Vaughan. But in fact, if you play with some power and you do this precisely, you can sound like them. But most videos do something a little bit more like this. See, look, I'm not being very specific with where I'm picking. I'm putting all the focus on emphasizing the major third grace note, right? It's very light, but it doesn't sound right. Instead, what you should do is focus on playing with power. Not too much, because you don't want the guitar to go out of tune, but play with power. And try to hit your note while strumming all the strings and only letting the note you want to ring do it. It's very tricky. You know, it means what you're doing with your left hand is really more muting than playing notes. It's tough, but here it is a little bit more slowly. You can see I'm hitting all the strings, not always successfully doing it, but when you're playing at the speed and you get the motion down, see, it starts to sound right? Your left hand should be jumping up and down between muting and playing notes and doing backstrokes, right? And you see here, I'm focusing here. This is about the importance of where you're picking. So look, now I'm doing it over the middle pickup. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound bad. It sounds pretty decent, but it just doesn't quite have that Stratocaster twang. For that, you've got to pick right over the neck pickup, or maybe a little bit above it sometimes too. One thing you can do, because it is really difficult to do the grace note and this picking technique at the same time, just forget about the grace note until you get the picking down. See, here we go again. See? Strumming all the strings, only letting one ring out. Right? The circular motion you can work in later. More important at the beginning is getting the picking position over the neck first. Then once you get that down, you can work on the circular technique. It's almost like you're cranking something. You know, you're getting yourself worked up, and here we go. This is cleaner than before. So just some things to emphasize in conclusion. Focus on the picking position, right? Picking over the neck pickup. And with your left hand, put less emphasis on, the notes you're playing and focus much more on muting the strings with your left hand with your thumb. That's how you mute the E string when you start playing the notes on the A string. And with essentially the meat of your index finger and your other fingers too, you use them to mute the other strings while you're playing. Then when you get those worked out, then you can start working in the circular motion and trying to get a groove. You could see in this video, I started out kind of twitchy. It didn't work right, but once I got the motion going right by the end of the video, then it works really fluidly, and it's actually a lot of fun to play. And of course, very important is you have to play with power. There was it was very fashionable. I think Rick Beato and some other guys made a video recently, basically debunking heavy gauge strings for tone. And that's very true. Heavy gauge strings aren't going to make you sound like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Stevie Ray Vaughan played with heavy gauge strings because he played so ham-fisted and so hard that he would hit the guitar and chords would be out of tune, like you saw me do at the end of the video. I only have 11s on this. But anyways, the point is it's about getting the right amount of power to get full resonance from your strings. You don't have to play 13s and beat the hell out of your guitar. You can play 10s, just put a little bit more force into it, and it should get the job done. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you very much.